Is this the life that you wish to see? When I stopped and looked around, I decided that what I was seeing wasn't what I wanted to see. And that was a changing point in my life. That was when I started to actually move in the direction of my dreams. That was when I stopped letting life happen to me and started taking ownership of my life, the reins of my life, the driver's seat versus the passenger. And it all began when I was actually driving in my car one day, and I just stopped and said, is this the life that you wish to see? I looked out the windshield of my car and wanted to and asked myself, is this what I would want to see if I could choose any reality? And I decided it wasn't. At the time, I was in real estate. Real estate was really hard, although I was very successful at it because I was using these techniques already, law of attraction. I had built a very successful business. And at the time, though, that wasn't really my passion. It wasn't my drive. I wasn't in joy and in happiness and in love. And when I stopped and asked myself, well, what Debbie, then would you want? What would take you to those places? It was really owning a yoga studio. At the time, I'd been practicing yoga for about 10 years, and it was a passion of mine. It was where I found joy. Giving that gift to others then would bring me even more joy. And so I said, why? I asked myself, why then, if you create your reality, why is this what you're seeing? How come you haven't stepped into creating and owning a yoga studio? And so at the very moment I picked up my phone, I was like, well, what's the first step you could take if you were to choose that as your reality? And I called an investor. Being in real estate, I knew investors that I knew was investing in commercial properties. And I said, hey, I want to own a yoga studio. And he said, absolutely, yeah. Where do you want it? And I said, I don't know. So he guided me. I went to this place and looked at this building, and I started creating the vision. I was standing in this building. I could see it as a reality. I'm like, yeah, I could visualize this being the studio. And I started to become more passionate. Excitement again was moving through my veins, and I saw the possibilities. I was taking pictures. I was owning it. I was able to dream clearer, and I just saw it as nothing but that happening. I couldn't see outside of that dream, that was going to be my reality, as I took ownership, that I create my reality. And the very next day, at the time, I had been teaching yoga for maybe a little over a year. And I went to teach my very next class, which was the following day, and one of my students came up to me after class, and during class, I guess I had spoke out loud, when I have my own yoga studio, this is the way I would teach. And she said, did you mean it, what you said, when you said that you wanted your own yoga studio? And I said, yeah, and she said, I want to give it to you. And at the time, real estate was in hard times. Businesses had gone down. I was really not in any kind of financial position to own anything. It really seemed like the impossibility. But I had decided the impossible was possible, and everything was just a choice. And there it was revealed to me in that. I met with them, we put together a partnership agreement, and now my yoga studio is a reality.